IP addresses is exactly what's used by a router to be able to determine the next hop for this information. You may sometimes see this routing functionality also included inside of an existing switch, and we often refer to these as layer 3 switches, which of course is referring to that OSI layer 3 functionality. It's not that the switch itself is now operating at a different OSI layer, it's just within that same piece of equipment, we have both a layer 2 switch and a layer 3 router, so we've abbreviated that as a layer 3 switch. These routers often connect many different types of networks. So we may be connecting a local area network or a LAN to a wide area network or a WAN. These might also be copper-based connections or fiber-based connections. So we may have routers with many different connections or interfaces on them, and we're connecting many different diverse networks to all of those different interfaces. Another common device is a network switch. Switches operate at the MAC address layer to be able to forward traffic, so we'll often refer to that as an OSI layer 2 or data link device. These operate mostly in hardware. The hardware inside of these devices is referred to as an ASIC, that is an application-specific integrated circuit. There are many different functions and capabilities inside of these switches, especially if you're using one designed for the enterprise. For example, many of these switches have the ability to include power on the same wires as your Ethernet connection, and we refer to that as Power over Ethernet, or PoE. And as we mentioned before, you may hear folks refer to this as a layer 3 switch if the switch includes some type of routing functionality built into the device itself. Security on our networks is also important. That's why you probably are using a firewall at home, and you most certainly have a firewall in your office. A traditional firewall allows you to filter traffic based on a TCP or UDP port number. But if you have a more modern firewall, you're probably using a next generation firewall, or NGFW, which is able to identify applications traversing your network and allow you to manage whether that application should be allowed or not allowed on your network. Most firewalls also have additional functionality. For example, it's common to find firewalls that will allow us to encrypt traffic traversing the network through a virtual private network, or VPN. It's very common to have a firewall at one remote site and a firewall at another remote site and be able to create an encrypted tunnel